call came at 3:30 in the morning, and I had just spent the last 2.5 hours whooping Kiara. That angry dick tried to screw her through the mattress and had eventually fallen asleep in it. Would have just said fuck whoever was trying to disturb my post-nut nod when my fuck buddy heard the buzzing on the nightstand. But this was the big phone, the one I couldn't ignore. That text was what put my naked ass into some sweats, my bare feet into some boots, and had me in my Ram 1500 headed to the worst neighborhood on the east side of Detroit at 4 o'clock in the morning. Pissed off and still half asleep, I carried a 10mm Glock G20 on my lap along with an AR-15 on the back seat. I pulled into the Citgo in the area of Mack and Connors, still recalling that I didn't have much luck with east side gas stations. Damn near got robbed and killed at one not far from here. Prime and his boys were already there. 2 old-school Chevys and a new Trackhawk Jeep had the Rolls-Royce wedged in at the pumps. The white Exotic had traded paint with the gray Cutlass, trying to fight its way out. I parked by the service mart, jumped out the pickup I was leasing in Kiara's name. A chilly April wind snaked up my pant leg and made me regret not slipping on boxers. Prime had cut his dreads off about a year back. I guess the hair was a reminder of his struggle years, a point in his timeline he was eager to erase. At 6'7", he no longer resembled a broke-ass 2 Chainz. A mink hood covered a clean-shaved head. Buffalo horn Cartiers covered his face. Expensive denim covered his legs, and limited edition Jordan 11s covered his feet. He met me with a crew of 7 at his back. His greeting equaled the night's chill. "This bitch must be crazy. You lucky this my hood. If it wasn't for the juice you got with me, niggas would have been feasting." I just let him have that. Didn't bother to explain that he was the lucky one. Prime might have seen her face once or twice in the newspaper, but had no idea of who the woman in that car really was. More importantly, he didn't know who she was connected to. If anything had happened to her, this hood he was so proud of would have suffered something biblical. I'm talking about 5 to 6 acres of nothing but smoke and ash. Prime and his boys parted to let me through. I got a couple of glares, was able to pick up on the hostile energy. This would be a problem soon. Dark clouds that forecast a pending storm. The white paint and chrome of the Rolls-Royce Ghost shimmered like something ethereal under the gas station's pavilion lights. I approached the driver's door and softly tapped on the window. The rich lady was slumped in her seat, with her chin touching her chest. She raised her head and stared as if it took a few seconds to bring me into focus. Once recognition kicked in, I received a disgusted frown. Then she closed her eyes against me. Her head rolled to the right, and she returned to the stupor of whatever drugs momentarily claimed her. I walked around to the passenger door and let myself in. When I claimed the seat, she momentarily snapped awake. She looked as if locking the doors only occurred to her then. She screamed at me to get out. I leaned back and gave her an apologetic refusal. I used my forearms to deflect the blows that I knew were coming next. After half a dozen attempts to punch my face, she exhausted herself, then slumped back in her seat.